The opening fixture of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is finished. It's finished 0-0 between Inter Miami and Ahly. Of course, we're going to break it down here on the African Five Aside podcast. So just a quick reaction video to the result. Um, First of all, before we talk about what actually happened in the match, let's give a big shout out to the Al Ahly fans. I said in the preview that if this match was to be played in New Jersey, where we have the biggest Egyptian diaspora in the United States of America, that I figured that there would be more Al Ahly fans than Inter Miami fans. I think even in Miami, it was really close. There was almost more Al Ahly fans than Inter Miami fans. The Egyptians showed out in numbers. You could hear them throughout the broadcast, chanting their songs. Did all the things, in the 22nd minute, lighting the flashlight on their phones in the 72nd minute, lighting the flashlight in their phones. The first, of course, to honor Apotrika. The second, to honor the victims of the Port Said massacre in 2012. So just seeing that North African football fandom was taking place, was manifesting. It was very visible. It was very noticeable on the broadcast, and I think that's obviously a positive for African football. Other than that, it was very American. I didn't end up watching the opening ceremony, but they had the flyover with the fighter jets. It was taking place in a North American football stadium, like American football, not soccer. And all of that was very noticeable as well, so it gave a little bit of a weird vibe. But we digress. Al Ahly plays, and they start the match with Mohamed Shnawi in goal. No surprise there. Now they have Koka as a left back, who, if you don't know, he's more of a midfielder that sometimes can play as a left back. So they didn't have a natural left back out there. Yahya Atayatullah would have been the other option, but Koka can do the job, and he starts as left back. Mohamed Hani as the right back. That's normal and to be expected. Yasser Ibrahim, okay, and Ashraf Dari is the other center half. I don't know why. I'm assuming Rami Rabia is injured, because if he's fit, he has to start, right? So he must be injured. But I did think they missed. Oh, sorry, I just checked it out right now. Rami Rabia joins UAE Giants Al Ain. So he might be playing for Al Ain at the Club World Cup. I didn't know that. I've been sleeping. So Rami Rabia, former club captain, is gone. I think they brought in another defender named Beckham. So maybe he could have started. But overall, I wasn't very happy with the performance of Yasser Ibrahim and Ashraf Dari, particularly in possession of the ball. Now I understand why they started, but I think Al Ahly, maybe ahead of next season, maybe need to sign one more center half. In midfield, we had a double pivot of Hamdi Fathi and Marwan Atiyah, with Mohammed Amin bin Ramadan, the new signing, just in front of them. So it was a double pivot and just sort of 8 in front of them. We had Mahmoud Trezeguet, new signing, on the left wing. On the right wing, we had Imam Ashur, kind of, I guess we could say, but he was mostly moving around a lot. And then we sent Abu Ali as a striker. So this is a pretty classic lineup. Some new signings, but nothing crazy, right? And this is, for me, the first time I get to watch a Jose Rivera match with really stakes on the line. So I was curious to see how he would do as well. Now, in the first 5 minutes of the match, Inter Miami take control of possession, and they're mostly playing in the Al Ahly zone, even though they're not really threatening Al Ahly. And here, it's weird watching, it's not weird watching Lionel Messi these days, because he walks around a lot, particularly when they have to defend. And even when they have the ball, he's just walking around, dropping deep, picking up the ball. And he only really tries, it seems, when he has the ball. He would bother me so much if I was an Inter Miami fan. And same thing with Luis Suarez, is similar. Sergio Busquets. It's like watching a bunch of geriatrics out there, Inter geriatrics. But nonetheless, they still had most of the ball throughout the entire match, from the very first 5 minutes until the 90th minute of the match. Inter Miami always had the lion's share of possession. That said, when Al Ahly, it seemed like they were comfortable out of possession. They're almost saying into Inter Miami, you guys can have it. We're okay here. Let's make sure we're marking Messi. Let's make sure we're not giving Sergio Busquets space. Let's make sure we're marking Suarez. And they didn't feel like anybody else could hurt them, particularly in the first half. And the story of the first half really was that Jose Rivero was able to hurt Inter Miami on the counterattack. So Al Ahly were very dangerous springing into attack. And even when they would do that, and when they would commit some men forward, commit some men forward. They were always disciplined with the rest defense, making sure they were not being hit on the counterattack. So it looked like you could already see that Jose Rivero has his stamp on the Al Ahly side. So yeah, as the match starts, really, Al Ahly starts to hurt Inter Miami in transition. The first chance comes to Imam Ashur. He slips in Wissam Abu Ali, who was offside. He was offside a few times in that first half. That's something that he has to probably work on. Some of that timing with players like even with Ashur, there's no excuses. Been playing with him already for a long period of time. Offside, misses anyways. A minute later or two, um, it's Trezeguet to Ashur this time. Again, through transition every single time. They pick up the ball, usually a ball out to the wing, usually the left wing. Mahmoud Trezeguet, who's hugging the touchline. Mohamed Amin bin Ramadan comes into the middle. Some kind of 1-2 or Trezeguet will dribble past the player and they're gone. And Abu Ali was making the runs. And this time, uh, it was Trezeguet to Imam Ashur, and Imam Ashur, same thing. He's trying to hit the far corner of the net with a curling effort, wrap his foot around the ball, and he just doesn't get enough on it. And the goalkeeper, Ustori, who ends up being man of the match, had a very, very good first half, and he denies Ashur. A minute later, so we're in the 10th minute, Ashur is crying because he hurt his shoulder. And here's where you could see again where this tournament means different things to different clubs and different players. I tried to imagine as I saw him, completely distraught to not be able to finish the first half. Tried to imagine an Inter Miami player in that position. I don't think that they would be crying. And this is where I feel like sometimes it means more to the African clubs than maybe the North American clubs, definitely to the European clubs as well. Um, so Ashur cries and he comes off and Ahmed Said Zizou comes in. So Zizou, for me, the first time I get to see him, it's his official debut, I guess we can say. I'm going to provide that running, going to provide that crossing and the threat from set pieces. At the 15th minute mark, I wrote down some statistics. 47 to 53% possession, more to Inter Miami, as I mentioned. But Al Ahly were up 2-0 for shots. Total shots, not shots on target. In the 19th minute, they have a set piece. The set piece sort of goes to the other side of the pitch. It wasn't really met. And then you have Marwan Adiyat swings in a ball. Mohamed Ali bin Ramadan with a beautiful first-time touch sets up Hamdi Fathi, who has all the time in the world to get a good shot on goal, but unfortunately, he shoots it straight at the goalkeeper. The second very good chance. So Ashur was the first one, Fathi was the second one. These are two opportunities that should have been goals. Um, in the 30th minute, Wissam Abu Ali scores a goal. But again, it was a long ball from Ahmed Nabil Koka. Wissam Abu Ali finds a way to control it some way, somehow, and scores a goal. But it was quite clearly offside there. And they just keep, again, these are all like very direct, vertical, usually in transition. This how all these chances are being created, except for the Fethi piece off of the set piece. And as a result, they're really putting a lot of pressure and stress on Inter Miami defenders. 3 cheap yellow cards in the 32nd minute. I wrote that in my notes here. In the 32nd minute, we have a corner kick from Zizou, and he was really hurting them with his set pieces. Beautiful corner kick that Ashraf Dari, the Moroccan center half, meets, and somehow, some way, he doesn't get, I guess, enough width on it. Knocks it down at the goalkeeper, and he keeps it out. So third concrete goal scoring opportunity that should be a goal on any other given day. 1 minute later, Mahmoud Trezeguet, still being a menace, still dribbling past the Inter Miami defenders, and Avilas, the center half, wipes him out. He's already on a yellow card. He should have been sent off. And I think here it's one where if this is not an opening fixture, if this is not against in Lionel Messi's Inter Miami, if this isn't even in the second half, if it's not too early, I think he's being sent off. But it's one of those where the referee's using his discretion. Maybe he doesn't want to ruin the spectacle. He understands the occasion. This is an opening fixture, so on and so forth. Honestly, I understand. I don't hate it, even though by the letter of the law, Avila should have been sent off. In the 41st minute, Al Ahly are still pressing. They win a penalty. It's Zizou, I believe, that wins the penalty. Good, fight, win the ball in the opposition half. Muhammad Ali bin Ramadan, Hamdi Fathi slip in Zizou, who is turned around. It looks like a soft penalty. Probably not one that I would have called, but VAR confirms it. And here, a new video has emerged where Wissam Abu Ali I guess who was the designated penalty taker, goes to take the penalty, and Mahmoud Trezeguet, who had a fantastic first half, goes up to him and sort of begs him, can I take it? Please, can I take it? And he takes the ball from him and he hits it powerfully. It's not a horrible penalty kick, but it's at a nice height for the goalkeeper who palms it away. And Mahmoud Trezeguet cannot put the rebound in. So that's the fourth concrete goal scoring opportunity. Uh, Ashur, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Fethi, uh, uninhibited path towards goal with a shot from 8 yards out. Ashraf Dadi from the corner kick. He was like 6 yards out. Very powerful header straight at the goalkeeper. And then um, the penalty shot that was missed by Trezeguet. I don't like that the designated penalty kick taker had the ball taken away from him. I saw a statistic from a colleague, Gary Al Smith, that said Mahmoud Trezeguet has missed 4 out of 10 penalty kicks in his career. And they have an incredible amount of great penalty kick takers on that squad. Zizou is a great penalty kick taker. Mohamed Amin bin Ramadan is a great penalty kick taker. And obviously Wissam Abu Ali, the designated penalty kick taker, is very good at them as well. Anyways, at halftime, we're looking at 44 to 56% possession of the ball to Inter Miami, 7 to 4 shots, total shots, but 5 to 0 shots on target. And really, at half, Inter Miami had more of the ball, but it seemed like they were really a step below. It seemed like Al Ahly were the much better side and that they would be kicking themselves because they didn't manage to convert just one of those 4 concrete goal scoring opportunities. But they looked so comfortable that I was thinking, like, it's only a matter of time before they get one. It's okay. But as soon as they stepped up for the second half, the game completely flipped on its head. Um, there's just like a one quick opportunity for Al Ahly in the 40th minute. Again, it comes from a vertical long pass from Hamdi Fethi to Trezeguet, who beats the new Inter Miami defender that comes on because they took off Avila's price, scared that he was going to be sent off. And it's just a weak left-footed shot from Trezeguet. But really, from minute 49 to minute 64, we're talking about 15 minutes. Inter Miami are all over Al Ahly. A lot of the chances are actually because of bad ball distribution, either from Ashraf Dari or Yasser Ibrahim, the two center halves. I thought they were very, very poor with the distribution. They were good defending, very, very poor with the ball distribution. Not just at times also Coca, at times also Mohamed Shanawi. I remember on one occasion just running out and trying to, kick the ball out to Wissam Abu Ali, who had 6 defenders surrounding him. Like, why are you rushing? Just stupid decision making all over the place. And I don't know if they got complacent at halftime. Maybe Jose Rivero let them get complacent. I don't know if it was the humidity. You could tell just from the shirts, they were completely drenched and soaked. Maybe they're not used to that humidity yet. In Miami, it can be, if you're not used to that weather, it can be very, very tough, especially, I'm assuming, in the second half of matches. Whatever the case may be, you could tell that something was missing. The players, the energy, the spunk was drained out of those players. And so at the 60th minute, we're looking at 42% possession to 58. And look at the shots. We went from, in the first half, 7 to 4 to early in the second half, 8 to 7, and 5 to 0 to 5 to 2 shots on target. Here at the 60th minute, I'm thinking in my head, Jose Rivero, you've coached a great match so far, but you need to understand that your team needs some substitutions right now. Bring on players that can bring on energy. I'm thinking of Aliou Dieng in the midfield, from Mali, who is a destroyer, brings so much energy, will absolutely disrupt any of Inter Miami's midfielders or even withdrawn strikers. Bring on maybe Tahir Mohamed Tahir, one of those wingers that can run all over the place. Bring on maybe even Hussein al-Shahat. He does bring on Tahir Mohamed Tahir and Hussein al-Shahat. I was even wanting him to bring on Nate Gradishar for Wissam Abu Ali. Wissam Abu Ali, he's a Palestinian striker. He was playing in a very, very high stakes qualifying match just a few days ago for Palestine. And they had, I think they were playing against Oman, and Oman equalized at the very last minute. So they were eliminated, and he had this emotional roller coaster. And you could tell he was drained as well. So really, it was good that Jose Rivera made the subs in the 64th minute. I credit him with that. Now, if I were to criticize him, it's what happens to your team between the 49th and the 64th minute. Those 15 minutes, they looked very, very poor. And as soon as he made those subs, there was a quick noticeable difference, in my opinion, from the 64th to the 70th minute. There was all of a sudden, it looked like they had a little more energy. Pick up my clipboard. Um, but then again, one of the things I didn't like in uh, for Al Ahly, starting around the 70th minute, the whole match when it came to goal kicks, as we would expect from a Jose Rivero side, they're playing the ball out from back, and Javier Mascherano and Inter Miami, they quite clearly picked up on this tendency in the first half, and they had clear instructions in the second half to smother Al Ahly when it comes to goal kicks, and they just did it time and time and time and time again, and it's one of those where again, if I'm Rivera, like what? Why do we have to be so stubborn with that, man? Like, get your players up, hit a long ball, get out of your zone, especially when it's not working, and the whole entire second half, your players are knackered, and the whole entire second half, why are you making them work to get the ball out of your zone? The ball's been in your zone the entire time. I haven't seen a heat map. I would like to, but I don't know. That's one of those where I know I'm wrong. Like, all the tacticals will tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong theoretically, but pragmatically, I think I'm right. Get the ball out of your zone. Um, so I put that as in the 72nd minute, too stubborn playing it out. In the 75th minute, so the final stat check that I had, 45 to 55, 10 to 9 in terms of shots, and 7 to 2 for shots on target, because Hussein had took like a weak shot on target and stuff like that. So I thought that they were a little bit better. Just towards the end of the match, Inter Miami started pouring it on again and again and again and again. Mohamed Shinawi came up absolutely huge with some 3 or 4 game-saving stops. You'd expect nothing less from your experienced goalkeeper and your captain. And really, it comes down to then the last chance of the match. They're counter-attacking from a corner kick, Al Ahly, and it looks like it's 4-on-2. And Hussein Shahat has the ball on the right wing, and he's dribbling, 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 and he has help on the left wing, and he can see everything in front of him. It's not like he can't see. It's not like somebody's making an overlapping run behind him and he can't see. He has everything in front of him, and he dribbles, 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 dribbles into the penalty box. Completely wastes any opportunities to play in a through pass. I think he had a through pass to, might have been Tahir Mohamed Tahir, or Nate Gradishar, one of the two on the left wing. He could have made that pass. They would have had a clear path to have a shot on goal. And he just dribbles into the penalty box and sort of runs right into an Inter Miami defender, and that was the last action of the game. Finishes 0-0. Look, after the first half, I thought Al Ahly were unlucky to not be ahead. After the second half, I thought Al Ahly were lucky not to have conceded. So it was really a game of two halves. And I don't think that a point is unfair for either side. I mean, I think a point is fair for either side, I should say, instead of using a double negative. Overall, it's not that they're going to be happy with a point, but I think it was deserved. A good match. I expected a little bit more from Al Ahly. I thought they looked a little bit tired in the second half. They looked a little bit sloppy in the first half. I could see that Rivero's working his magic. He's putting his project into place. But if they come out and play like this against Palmeiras and Porto, I don't think they're going to be winning and getting out of the group stages. So they're going to have to improve. And the games come very quick now, and there's travel included. So they played this match in Miami. Next match, which I'm going to be at against Palmeiras, is in New Jersey, where they're going to have even more home support. They're gonna have to beat Palmeiras, I think, or Porto. They're gonna have to, I think, finish with at least one match, one win out of the group stages to get out of, to get out of the group stages and advance into the knockout stages. Anyways, I'll leave it there for now. I'm dead tired, as you could tell. It's 4 in the morning over here in Algeria. I have a flight to New York in exactly 6 or 7 hours. I haven't finished packing. It's all over here on my couch. Then I gotta clean the apartment. I gotta dip out. But I will be posting a preview for Esperance Tunis tomorrow, and they play, of course, on Monday, and I'll be at that match. So hopefully, be vlogging, and just I think there's going to be 1 week straight of a lot of Club World Cup content. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this match. And yeah, now next match, let's hope we can get the first win for Africa between Esperance Tunis and Flamengo. So let's all support Esperance, and yeah. And then it's time for Mamelodi Sundowns in Orlando. It's a nice paradox, sort of. Mamelodi Sundowns in Orlando. It's irony, not paradox. Anyways, thanks for listening. We'll speak to you all soon. Peace.